Yeah, my kids were not wanting to let me leave this morning. They were all snuggly and went back to sleep on the couch. So they got up too early.
I want to go back to sleep on the couch.
That's what I did this morning, waiting for, I was tired, went back to sleep, and then the kids got up, and I was like, great.
Oh,
now I can't sleep.
When the older ones left, I did fall back asleep. I actually never got out of bed for the older ones this morning. I made sure they were awake, and then I got back in bed, and my youngest one was in my room. I wouldn't let her in my bed, but I let her in the room to sleep on the floor, and I couldn't get her up this morning, and I didn't want to get up either. So we actually did have a little bit of a lazy morning. I got her to school a little late, but that's okay. She was only 5 minutes late.
It'll be fine. So how different is this Gospel Library feature? I mean, it's the annotations, so it's not going and finding what she needs. It's just the annotations that come with the feature.
Yeah, it's just doing the annotating part.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, what are just technology, like if it's the same, I don't know. I'm just wondering if we can use the same technology and kind of thing that we did with our last one back a while ago. Okay.
I mean, we probably can use, I don't really even understand what it's asking for when it says technology, but I think we could probably use some of the same stuff. I just have to change it, change some of the wording.
Miranda went and put in the persona she came up with.
Oh, I didn't do it.
Oh, I typed it.
Oh, that was Sarah. Sorry. Whoever it was. It's funny because I was talking with Miranda in the meeting and then saw typing, and I assumed it was Miranda because that's who I was talking with, because we were the only two sitting in here.
Mm.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
No worries. Sarah put that in. We're good.
Well, even for me, like the technology and design and the precedence part, like the technology, I feel like this just needs to be a simple, it's confusing to me based on what it says. So the technology, I thought it would just be an explanation of sort of what the app is. Is that what everyone else's take on that is?
I'm like reading the definition right now, and I still don't really understand what
definition. It doesn't really say anything. Like it says you need to gather the information, and that it doesn't say the usability engineer needs to develop an understanding of the technology being tested. So
I would think it would just be something simple like this lets you highlight the scriptures. You can use different colors, or we might just put something like that.
That might be design though.
Well, then maybe the technology would just be, it lets you highlight scriptures, and then the design could be the different colors or whatever else. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The usability engineer needs to develop a deep understanding of the technology being tested. Okay, so what is the technology being tested? It's an iOS app.
Yes, an app that,
just the feature though. It's just that one feature, right? We're just talking about the ability to highlight. You know what I'm saying? The
annotation. Yeah.
Annotation.
Okay. And maybe I'm just dumb, but does anybody know what paradigm is? I was really confused every time it was saying with the paradigm, the design and thing, and I'm like, what is a paradigm?
Where does it say paradigm? Paradigm's usually like the way in which you view the world.
Yeah. Or paradigms, and however it's spelled. It's under design on page 188.
Yeah, it says usability engineer needs to be familiar with the paradigms the design is using and why the designers choose those paradigms.
Sometimes it can kind of be the model. So like, why are they using it the way they're using Like the template, like why are they using it? Why did they design it that way?
Okay. Okay, so we have to have a persona and a scenario.
Oh, I didn't write that. I'm gonna go grab my phone just so I can do we need to kind of know how it works? I mean, I've highlighted stuff on there, but it's not like I've used it.
Yeah, I've used it before. I mean, basically you just push and hold, and then it will come up and show you the different options. You can you can drag your finger over to where you want it to be, and then at least now normally it used to just make it a color and automatically do it. Now it just like kind of highlights over it with like almost like a selection box. And then you can click whether you want it to be a highlight or a note or any one of those, that you can pick what you want rather than just having it highlight right away.
Oh, uh-huh.
But I don't know if that's, I don't have iOS though. Mine's Android.
Does it say does it say iOS?
It does at the very top. Consider the Gospel Library's annotation feature on the iOS platform. This tool allows the user the opportunity to create a collection of annotations for a given scripture. A note consisting of a title and text. A tag so related scriptures can be grouped. A link to another location in the scriptures. And a coloring style such as a yellow highlighter. Each of the following problems will represent steps in creating a usability study for the annotation feature in the Gospel Library. The study will answer 2 questions. What does the current design serve the target audience, and what is wrong with the current design?
I think that little paragraph up at the top just explains what we would put in the design portion, correct?
Well, I was thinking technology, like what it lets you do, but I could.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I would think the technology would just be the part that says allows the user the opportunity to create a collection of annotations.
Okay.
Design specific things? I don't know.
I think that sounds good. I copied it. I'll paste it in there.
What do you think, Brittany?
I am not sure.
Okay. I was just noticing it was just 2 voices going, and I was like, okay, we're missing somebody.
My computer, I was trying to run Adobe Premiere for my other class behind, and it keeps crashing. So I keep losing in and out.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, we can at least start there. No, we can here if we want, but.
Lost something. Hold on. Lost the number 3. I was just trying to get rid of the old one. There we go.
I'm nothing's cooperating with me today. What's the there we go. And I'm talking out loud.
Maybe it should be something like the annotation options consist of,
Sure.
rather than just it. I don't know. Or the actions you're able to take, or I don't know.
I think that sounds good.
Oh, that's funny. There we go.
I think it should be options, because there's several options.
Yeah, I was just being lazy and I wasn't sure if the other things all said. But they were all
Okay, so is this here's the persona, and we need to start making a scenario?
I'm just gonna put she wants to make a scripture link scriptures.
Well, does that go in the persona or the scenario?
That's the scenario, right?
Yeah, just
Right.
yeah.
I was just. Oh,
So I'm saying maybe we should do that. So we, sorry, I'm making your thing go on you. I swear, we worked on personas and scenarios all the time, and I still can't spell scenario right the first time.
I was gonna put she wants to do it in a. I mean, is that good enough? She just wants to be able to link them.
Yes. I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that. I mean, I think that's simple enough because, well, and if that's
Well, she needs an environment to begin, so she wants to take it a step further and link related scriptures. Do we need to say that she's at home during her morning scriptures, or she's in a class? Like, doesn't there need to be an environment in this scenario?
Just say whenever she is reading her scriptures, because I don't think it's limited to one experience or another.
Okay. Right, but it's talking about that she wants to take it a step further, meaning it sounds like this isn't an instance right now that, you know, she reads her scriptures every morning or whatever, but this morning she decided she wanted to take it a step further and
Then that's fine. We can
related
state in her
scriptures.
daily scripture study. Whoever's writing that works.
That's me.
as far as part 4, the precedents. I don't know that I know of anything specific, but I'm sure there are other. I don't know about any specific apps, but I know, you know, if I'm reading a
book, a Kindle book.
Yeah, a Kindle book or something, I can highlight and, you know, do something with that.
So yeah, it says, will members of the target audience be familiar with these designs? Just we can put something like these work the same as with other scripture. I mean, with other reading apps.
Yeah, because you can highlight in Kindle apps or in Adobe.
Yeah.
I've done it in both of those.
Does it need more than that?
I don't know if you need to say, like, give an example of.
I would just put it highlights similarly to other reading apps or something like that. Yeah, that works.
Oh, for this annotation. Um,
Some of these just seem like a waste of time to do like this. Okay, so what's the hypothesis? Do we just make, I mean, like, hypothesis, like according, I mean, do we just base it off of those features of what it's supposed to do? So like under the design, so.
that's what I did. You want me to post the things in there that I
Yeah,
wrote?
you might as well.
I don't know that they're all great, and I didn't. I actually was just trying to spell check them. Hold on, let me get. And I didn't. Whoa.
Sorry, I moved the picture up so that we were.
Oh no, that's okay. Like, what am I doing?
No, sorry. Whoa, goodness, picture. Stay where I put you. Hey, don't break out on people.
Oh my goodness. My mouse is going crazy. Right.
I think that looks good.
I may have,
and annotation instead of the.
maybe possibly I didn't even read through them.
I mean, I don't know if we want that many. Then we have to come up with an experiment.
No, we don't need to have that many. I was trying to think of all the ones that I could but yeah, let's.
I mean, I think they look good though. You did a good job. I'm just saying, how many do you think we really need, like, to fulfill the assignment?
Right, and how many of these are the same variable of usability? Meaning, are they, because saving the scripture quickly,
Yes, that's what I
change
was
the color
gonna
of the
say.
annotation quickly. Meaning, a lot of these seem to be the same thing. We could just say, I don't know, we could combine some of them into something that makes it shorter.
Sounds good.
I think
I don't
like adding the tag to the links is a good one. I mean, you almost combined adding a tag and note to the links.
So up here, so able to add tags and notes to the links.
And you probably need to add something on there, like with a little effort or something like that, because it has to be like there has to be like I don't know how to explain it, like an ascertain, like I don't know, just how it was explaining the hypothesis.
Yeah, but there's kind of a
Quickly and easily and those sort of things. So
yeah, add something like that.
Yeah, because later on when we make our script, I think, or wherever it is that we've got that table, the interpretation, basically.
And honestly, I think we should just copy this chart because we can just add ours in there, easily highlight scriptures. And like, I'm just looking at the chart in the book, and then experiment while meeting with the participant and with the scripture app, ask him how long it takes for him to highlight the scripture.
So they just have 3 things.
Yeah, they only have 3 for their stopwatch. But then from that 3, they come up with 5 experiments. And then from those experiments, they come up with a 10-thing script. So using several of the different experiments. So, I mean, that's kind of what we need to think about, is that it needs to end up being that we have not as many hypotheses, but that some of these hypotheses we can turn into experiments from the same hypothesis.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So meaning like easily start and stop timing. They have 2 different experiments to check if you can easily start and stop the timer.
Yeah.
That are different. So maybe we need to have, I don't know if we can whittle this down to 3, because a lot of these really are, like, we really should know if they can do this.
does it say we need to include everything though? I mean, do we have to do, let's see, what is it?
Yeah.
Just the annotation feature.
But I mean, does it say that we need to have a hypothesis for every possible,
Experiment? For every possible thing.
everything it can do, everything the annotation feature can do? That's, or can we just pick a few?
Well, I mean, on the step 3, it just says identify a collection of experiments to test each hypothesis. So if we have 10 hypotheses, we might have to, I mean, I'm just saying that's just what problem 3 says. So I don't know how many of these hypotheses we would need.
I mean, maybe a hypothesis is there that we'll be able to add, alter, and delete tags and notes to the links with little effort.
I think that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we really need to have, I don't know. Is saving the scripture even one of the annotations? Because I thought it was just notes with the title and tags, and then the tag related to the scripture so it can be grouped, a link to another location, and then a coloring. So it's not like we're really saving the scripture that we're on. It's that we're adding a lot to the scripture. Oh,
Yeah, get rid of that.
we're good. Okay.
I mean, honestly, I almost think they give it to us. So you can add a note consisting of a title and a text. You can add a tag related to the scripture. A tag to group related scriptures. A link to another location in the scriptures, and then the coloring. They list 4 items, and I say let's make a hypothesis for each one of those 4 items and just leave it at that.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
So it could be so just add a note quickly, add a tag easily.
Quickly add a note consisting of a text and title.
So do the whole part.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to write it. Yeah, we would just have to rewrite it. Like, be able to do it quickly, be able to do it. I mean, just
Easily, quickly, whatever. What I do?
It's okay, baby.
Okay.
We already have the coloring one, so that works just fine. So we can get rid of color here. We
Okay.
already have that one. And then how to link to another scripture. That's already in there. And then a tag, so related scriptures can be grouped.
So can we just get rid of this? Oh, like you're doing?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I hope this is right. Okay, now should we go grab that table?
I think so. I think we can use.
Oh, that didn't copy where I wanted it to. Seriously. Copy what format? Thank you very much. What? Why? Right. Okay, well, let's think. Hold on. It's a
I don't know if it matters if it's on a table like that. We can just put the same. I think it came in fine.
You think it came in fine?
I mean, I think we can just type it like hypothesis A, and then just have everything not on a table, but just listed underneath. I mean, I think it.
Okay.
I don't think it matters if it's on a table.
Okay, so the hypothesis A is this, and then experiment A is that, and then
We'll have to go through it.
rotation A is that.
Or
This one was technically number 2, but I'll just move it.
well, this isn't specifically the table, but it does that. Do you want that?
It's all.
That's what I tried to put in. They
Oh.
didn't let me put it in like that.
Good job.
All right, I'll just delete everything else. Okay, thank you, Matthew. And then we just need to add at the top here, hypothesis. And then interpretation. Hi, Mickey, you're awake. Come here, Katie. Come here. You're okay. Come here, Katie. What's wrong with Papa? Mickey. Did you want to take a bite?
You take bite.
Hi, Mickey. How are you, sweetie?
No, I'm going to take bite.
Would you take a bite?
I'm going to take bite. Good.
Let me take a bite. Should I take a bite, Katie? There we go. Sorry, I moved it over just a little bit, trying to give it more space.
We might
Sorry, is that totally
we
fine?
might
Somebody
have
else?
to add more stuff. I was just reading through it, and I didn't realize this at the beginning, but they had 2 on there that were
The same thing.
that the second.
Yeah.
If you see, like the first one, they asked him how long it takes for him to untie and retie his shoe. Is that
Yeah, and then they ask him to time another thing. So it depends on how many experiments we want to do to test the thing. So, ask either how quickly he can start, then stop the timer. So checking to see how quickly he can start and stop it, and then giving him an experiment of, okay, well now go do this for me. But I don't think we need to ask either how quickly can you add an annotation. How quickly can you add a note or anything. I think really it's just that experiment. Just quickly add a note with the title and text. Check how and see how long it takes. And then, I mean, we could have one on there that even asks, how they like it. We probably do need to have something like in there that checks how they like it. But we might have to add another hypothesis for that. And we're trying not to do that.
So,
babes? How long should we say this should take to add a note?
Adding a note, let's think.
With title and
If we were to go in there, it should probably take maybe no more than 10 seconds. Maybe.
I think we
You
should
should be
go
able
with
to
that.
go in, highlight the scripture, click on the button, and, sure, 20, and then if it takes more than 30 seconds.
okay. That's a little subjective. Like, what note are they at? I mean, you know what I'm saying. I don't know. That could be. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's a really, really long note, but meaning maybe it's how long it takes to get into the note.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if it's just we're going in and say, put a title and just a little bit of text, not like a full-blown note. We're just testing to see how quickly he could do it. And then ask either how quickly he can change the color of the annotation. So this one might be about the same as the other one,
I would
except
think so, except for less time.
I think that we would be timing because the other one was asking them to time so that they were because they were wanting them to use the stopwatch.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So just do this.
So
right, but tying and retying his shoes
was future.
It does say ask him to time how long. Okay.
That makes sense.
But this one, ask the user how quickly he can start, then stop the timer.
Yeah, that's just seeing the delay.
Okay, I understand. Right, but then ask the user to set the time to mountain time zone, and it says less than 10 seconds is good. So that is not the user timing, that's us timing.
Yeah.
So, okay. Okay. I mean, we could, instead of putting timers, do the look for sticky points, frustration, and amount of time and effort required to perform the results on set time E, hypothesis E in the book on 190.
I don't think we need to
We
talk
could end up
about
just
timing.
Okay.
Do you want to just put the look for sticking points and frustration and the amount of effort required
Yeah,
rather
I
than
think
time?
that sounds good, actually.
Okay, so instead of, this is how long it takes on each of these, we'll just check for sticking point.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that? No. There we go. Okay. I'm going to move this over just a little bit because we don't have as much in this middle section so that our hypothesis can kind of be a little bigger.
I think that that's all we need to do.
Okay. I think that looks good.
That's perfect to me.
Mama!
Sorry, I'm just making it so we can see everything easier. That
So
way-
who copied that table? Because we might can copy the other one. It didn't let me copy it. I don't know how you did that, whoever did it.
with Miranda, I think.
So the creative.
Yes, Mickey.
We're having fire.
We're having fire. Oh, no. What's going to happen?
We don't know.
We don't know what's going to happen. Okay.
Now,
Awesome, thank you.
Oh, okay. Never mind. We'll just fold them. Whoa.
Okay, but now we need to create our own.
Give me just to move around a little bit. Oh. Something like that.
Mhm. You taking the baby? How many do you think we need? Do we need like 2 for each hypothesis? I mean, you think that would be enough?
Maybe? Okay, Nikki, you want me to help you?
I don't think we need the step 2, right? Because it has nothing, like ask for impressions. We don't need.
Well, I know, so I don't know if we want to just change it to something else. Sorry, I started changing it, and then I was like, I don't know.
We could just get rid of that row if you want.
Well, we can, but how many do we want for each? Do we want just 1 for each?
Yes.
Oh, you want one?
Let's do 1 for each.
Okay, then yes, we can get rid of that.
I'm having problems getting rid of. Whoops.
And then what do we want the interpretation? Are we just putting the same thing as above? Look for sticking points, frustration, the amount of effort required under the interpretation, or do we need something? Or do we just want to put record results? Ask for. Can they ask questions? Like, I don't know.
I say record results, look for sticking points.
Okay.
I want.
Yeah, the look for sticking points, frustration, and the amount of effort required to perform the results.
We're just going to put that for all of them. I mean, you know, down there.
Yep.
No honey in here, Mama.
Are we only doing the, we don't need these then?
No. Oh, we need one more. Thank six.
Oh,
Thank the user and excuse them.
I will.
What you can do.
You know what? Why don't they ask the user what they liked? So at the end, maybe we ask the user what they liked or didn't like to get more information, and just record that information.
They asked though because one of their hypotheses was about the aesthetic.
Well,
That's why
but
they
that
asked.
wasn't even asking the aesthetics. That's
Oh.
Right.
ask if he likes to watch. What are the pros and cons?
Oh, okay.
I mean, anytime you're going to do this, you probably want to ask things they liked or didn't like. I mean, just because we watch them doesn't mean that we know why something was hard for them.
Okay.
I mean,
There's another row.
yeah.
You got nice. Yeah.
And then we can say that those have their obvious interpretations.
Like that? Well,
Yeah.
You're welcome. Record results and log away for further thought.
Mama, what is?
wonder if it's okay that we're just using the same.
It's awesome that we're using the same thing. It's totally okay.
Okay.
Well, I do think it would just be like you were looking to see the same. I mean, exactly what's written there, right? You
Yep.
I mean, you might could see if he was. I don't know. I was gonna say you might could make sure he was able to perform tasks or something, but that would still kind of be in the same thing.
Yes, it would be the same thing because if they can't do the task, that's still the same as recording
Frustration, yeah.
frustration and the.
So I changed it if they think these are excuse them. Because I don't know if them works, but I didn't want it to be subjective that it was always excuse. I don't know. Maybe
That's
it's just
fine.
excuse. There you go. And flush her. Whatever. We're gonna go find a movie, baby? No, of course not. You just want to sit on my lap again. Come here, you snuggle bug. I only have room on my lap really for one. I'm sorry.
Well, what kind of mom are you, Melissa? You've only got room for one in your lap.
I normally have room for two, but when I'm sitting at a table, I don't want them to fall off the chair.
I was just teasing you. I love what our children think we should be capable of. So I was
your lap.
I don't limit that to just
let
my
me sit
children.
on your lap while you clean my room and make me dinner. And oh wait, it's teenager, so
No, that's a kid too.
Oh.
My teenagers either think I can do everything or I am absolutely stupid and can do nothing.
Oh yes, no, I get that one. It was the nicest thing in the world. I actually got a text from my son, the one who's heading on his mission soon, and he's been living with my brother out because he's out working on a calf ranch making money. And he sent me the nicest text because I had a nice little screaming match with one of my children the night before when he was here, and he sent me a nice text and said, "I never really realized how much you do," and blah blah blah. And I'm like, see, maybe there's hope. Eventually they'll all see that, And he's like, "I'm trying to get everything done." And yeah, it was nice that a child actually, could recognize that I know something. He actually told me a few times too. Yeah, I probably should have listened when you told me that. Yeah, I probably should have done that. And I'm like, yep.
That would be nice. I haven't had that yet.
My teenager's a girl. She goes through moods.
Oh, goodness.
One, she listens and everything's good. And the next one, I'm dumb as sticks.
Yep. No, that's how my 16-year-old is for sure. And the 13-year-old girl.
She was yelling at me last night because she has 2 doctor's appointments today. I can't do 2. I'm like, well, you've been doing 2. Sorry. What do you want me to do?
Question. Back to the assignment. Sorry. We're asking them on almost every single one, link this with this, do this with this, do that with that. Should we on the note say with a title called Nephi and a text called something, to where we give them a very specific, that way it's the same for each. I don't know.
And goodly parents or something. That's what one was talking about.
Yeah.
And that might be the same. Change the color to blue or something.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is it says to find Moroni 10.4. So have we already highlighted that? Do we need to highlight it and then change it?
Because it's our application.
Okay, just making sure. Maybe I should say ask users to find the already highlighted.
At the end.
No, I-
Movie at the end. It was at the end.
Okay, then go put it back in. Why did it get to you now? You want me to help you get it back to the end?
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Can Can you wait just a few minutes? We're almost done with what we're doing. This is the script. This is the last part.
Sounds like you're listening to that, Melissa.
I know. I have Bluetooth headphones. I could totally walk away while you guys are still typing, but then I would feel bad.
I think you're fine. I mean, I think we're done.
I think we're good.
Anything else you think we need? Or you think we're all good?
I think we are good.
Yep.
Okay. If we're done, then I will pull this out and get it submitted after I change my son's movie back to where he wants it.
Sounds good.
It sounds good.
A little dictator's in there. Okay. All right. Well, this was fun. We won't meet for an entire week.
Yoo-hoo!
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. Good luck on all your projects.
Oh, yes.
By the way, it is only an updated spec and the project link. I checked with the teacher because at the very bottom of this week, it talked about a usability plan and a usability study and things. Those are the next several projects. They're just all in this one script. So don't freak out when you do that.
Okay, so this week we just have to turn in the link and then what else?
The spec.
The link and the updated spec.
Okay.
And then next week is, I think, the usability study or usability plan, and then it's usability study, and then it's the final project. So all of these are on project 4.
Okay, sounds good.
So I saw it at the bottom and freaked out. I was like, what do you mean I have to have all of this? We're good.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Thank you for checking on that.
Yep. No worries.
Okay.
And if you guys want a fun note, we get 3 weeks in between the semesters. We don't start until January 8th.
I know, I noticed that. Like,